You know how they always tell you that when you're older, time will fly by very quickly? They're not wrong. Like, whoever they is, they're right. They're always right, okay? Hey guys, Katie here. So welcome back to another video. This is going to be my what 2018 taught me video slash just a recap of this year. I do these videos at the end of every year. I do them mainly for myself. I've been doing them since I think like 2012. It's a way for me to essentially create a virtual diary for myself so I can go back and be like, okay, cool, that's what I learned that year. And then yeah, it's just because I love to stalk myself, honestly. The other purpose of this video is to kind of express the lessons I learned this year and hopefully help you in some way, and we can kind of sit down, recap our year together, and go into the next year with great intentions. I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. Overall, 2018 was a lovely year. It kind of scares me how great this year was, because do you ever like, you know, get to the end of the year and you're like, wow, this year was great, and then you just have anxiety about the future, like, okay, if this year was great and the year before this was pretty great, well, there's probably gonna be some bad that's gonna happen next year. So I'm having a lot of those anxieties right now, so I just need to remind myself, and if you guys are feeling the same way, I want to remind you to just be present. Do not worry about the future, be thankful for what has happened, and just be present, because right now is the only moment that matters. So in January of this past year, January 1st to be exact, Levi and I celebrated our 1-year anniversary together, and tomorrow, January 1st, 2019, we'll celebrate 2 years together. So this year with Levi has been great. We did a lot together. I'll get into that. But also in January of this past year, 2018, I redid my room, and I didn't just redo my room. I switched rooms completely with my sister Christy. So she's in my old room now, and I have her pink room, and I bought all new furniture for myself from IKEA. And there's a whole video on that. I'll link it below. Many of you have already seen it. But yeah, I redid my room, and now I live in this cute little pink room, and I love it. Alright, so that's about it for January. It was really just a great first month of the year because I was able to just like start fresh with this new space, and I really do enjoy it. And then February, I got a new camera. It is the camera I'm using right now. It's just my vlog camera, but I love to film regular videos on it because the quality is just great. So, very thankful I was able to invest in the camera I'm using now. It's the Canon G7X Mark II. March of this year was just a good month. I celebrated St. Patrick's Day and got drunk with a bunch of my friends downtown in St. Louis. Alright, in April I turned 23. I'm getting old. That's all I have to say about that. So in May of this year, I watched my best friends Casey and Carlin graduate with their master's degrees from the University of Central Missouri, and that gave me an opportunity to go back to my college town one final time. I probably won't be back for a few years, so I got to go back and kind of have a little bit of fun with them, and also some closure for myself as far as my past goes in that town. Alright, so now we have a guest, a special guest. This is Izzy. So she's probably the biggest thing that happened in my life this year. I got a dog, and she's the sweetest little thing ever. I got her in July, and I love her very much. And she is an Australian Shepherd mixed with a miniature poodle, and she's 25% corgi. So we just found that out recently. I love her so much. So I got my dog Izzy in July, but then a month before that I got to travel to New York City with my boyfriend Levi, and we were there for like a week. He was there for job training, so I kind of explored the city by myself. It was the highlight of my year as far as traveling goes. So another thing that happened in July besides getting my dog was going to my cousin's wedding in Mississippi. That was quite lovely. And then I got to go to Worlds of Fun, which is a theme park, I think, in Indiana. And that was a fun little trip that I took with my friend Carlin and Casey. This past summer, I spent a lot of time going to Cardinals baseball games with my boyfriend Levi. He's a huge fan of them and he also works for them. And so I did go to like quite a few baseball games, which was awesome. So this was my first full year working for pulsefashion.com, and it was definitely a year of learning and experiencing new things within my career field. I lost coworkers and I gained new ones, and overall I'm really happy with where my job is right now. I'm just happy with my coworkers and everything that's been going on lately, and I'm excited for the new year. So September was sort of a bittersweet month because my best friend Carlin, you guys know her from my vlogs, she was my roommate at UCM for several years, and she moved away to Kansas City. So she graduated with her master's degree and a few months later headed off to Kansas City. So she's about 4 hours away from me now, but I'm really proud of her and I love Kansas City, so it gives me even more of a reason to go there and visit her. So she moved to Kansas City, and then I went to Kansas City in the middle of September to visit some other friends who live there, and we went to the 90s bar crawl, which was great. It was right up my alley because I love anything 90s. Another thing that happened in September, which was probably the highlight of that whole month, was that I took my mom to see Taylor Swift in concert. I have never seen Taylor perform live. I've always wanted to, and so has my mom. So I surprised my mom with tickets to see Taylor for her birthday, and we went together and it was amazing. So October was sort of a interesting month. I had found out that my best friend Casey was going to be moving away to Colorado that next month, and so I went on a trip to Nashville, Tennessee with her and a bunch of other girls. There was like 9 of us total. It was insane. It was a great weekend, but I got off to kind of a bad start because I got in a car accident on the way there, and that was like the only really bad thing that happened this year, honestly. So if that's the worst thing that happened to me this year, I have to say I had a pretty okay year then. Everyone in the car was safe, no one got hurt, and I'm thankful for that. So then comes November. In November, I had to say goodbye to my best friend Casey. She moved away to Colorado that month, and Thanksgiving was lovely with my family. What else happened? I don't even know. Oh, I got to go to my grandparents' lake house and hang out with my cousins, and we had a wonderful game of Judge, which is just a family tradition, and I have a whole video kind of documenting that. So if you want to see my family being crazy, then just click the link below to watch that video. December was just a month that flew by so quickly. I can't even tell you really what happened this month because it's already over, and I just know that it was a great month full of memories with friends and family. I'm thankful that I got to spend a lot of time with my boyfriend and his family as well as my own family for Christmas, and I cannot believe another year has zoomed on by, honestly. So along with everything that happened in my life this year, I don't know when this specifically happened, but I rediscovered a love for being a YouTube viewer. So I just want to give a shout out to David Dobrik, Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star, and a few other amazing content creators who made my year all the much better. Especially David Dobrik. I am wearing a Vlog Squad sweatshirt right now, or hoodie, because I really fell in love with David's vlogs this year, and they gave me a small escape from day-to-day life stresses, and I'm thankful for that. So now I'm going to get into the lessons that this year taught me. I don't really know how many I have, but I'm just going to go through them. The first thing this year taught me was to be thankful for the friends and family that I have in my life, particularly my family. I still live at home, and I'm so thankful for that, and I know somewhere down the road I'm not going to live at home anymore, and I'm going to miss living at home. So I'm just trying to cherish this time that I have here at my home, and I'm thankful that this year was another wonderful one with my familia and my friends as well. So this year taught me once again that traveling makes me happy, and I hope that going into 2019 I can plan at least one trip for myself that will make me happy again. I got lucky this year and got to go to New York, and that wasn't planned. It was just like a kind of spontaneous thing that happened. So I hope that 2019 I can go somewhere I've never been before. Another thing that I learned this year was that there's nothing a bubble bath and a little bit of wine cannot fix. This year I learned that we don't deserve dogs, and I'm super happy I got one. So this was my first full year at pulsefashion.com, and what that taught me was that I have better days when I go into work with a positive mindset. And so I hope that I can continue that into 2019, because I've gone into work some days this past year with a bad attitude and the day has turned out horrible because of that. So I'm hoping I could just keep on remembering to have a positive outlook on each day and to be thankful for my job. That's really it as far as lessons go that this year taught me. I am just continuing to grow and learn, and now I'm going to kind of go over my intentions for 2019. In 2019, I want to remind myself, and this was an intention for this past year as well, but to not settle. So never settle, Katie, okay? I also want to travel more. In 2019, I want to give myself more credit for my capabilities and have more confidence in myself, because that's something that I struggle with. In 2019, I want to learn a new skill, and I want to remind myself that it is okay to keep learning. I need to keep learning and teaching myself new things so I can continue to grow. So I'm hoping my new skill this coming up year is to improve my video editing skills. And I'll end this video with an intention for 2019 that I already kind of mentioned, but it is to be present in this moment and to try and not worry too much about the future or dwell on the past. This is something that I just need to remind myself of every day, and I think you guys should try it as well. It's important to just be here now. So that is all there is for my recap of 2018. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it wasn't too extremely long or boring for you, but I'm just excited for what 2019 holds, and I hope and pray that you guys will have a great, happy new year and that you enjoy your 2019. Bye everyone, and thank you for watching. Mwah.